So we are live.
Hey.
Let's see. I am trying to get onto Instagram. So bear with me. For some reason, it's frozen. That happens in the Nanny Sharz live. Oh, hilarious. The Instagram's locked me out. Technical difficulties. Let's try again. The app has just closed on me. Right. Right, we're good.
Yeah, there we go.
We're waiting for Lucy to join us on Instagram. Oh, there she is.
There you go.
Get her in.
We're here.
I'm going to turn this around, guys, for you, so it's a bit easier. Hi, Lucy.
Hi. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. We're just having some technical difficulties. This is what tends to happen. So I'm very happy that you got to see how clumsy I am today. The phone fell, guys. It was hilarious. How are you? Right, guys, let's start again, right? So, hi, I'm Sharda Lambert, also known as Nanny Sharz. Today, we're doing a quick impromptu live with the amazing Lucy, the holistic nanny, Lucinda. See, that's it. She's one of my nanny mentees, and she's absolutely amazing. And she's very experienced in the travel nannying field. So, we wanted to do this live just to help a few nannies that wanted to go and become a travel nanny, or just to give you insight on how it's been through this whole pandemic and things like that. So Lucy, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Lucinda, or some people call me Lucy, and I am from Wales. I am a travel nanny and an overseas nanny and a maternity nurse as well.
All right. And how long have you been doing that, Lucy?
About 10 years now, so a long time. Yeah.
Good. And do you want to give us a little preview, or give us a bit of insight into your approach that you take? Because I love her approach.
I have a holistic approach, which kind of shows that the children are kind of seen as a whole instead of just individual developmental milestones and things. And it's based a lot on Montessori and Forest School and Waldorf, and kind of letting their imagination flow and helping create and raise lovely, like, independent, creative children. So
yeah,
and it helps.
You have like the most soothing voice. I'm listening to it, I'm just like, this is why my children just love you, because you're just very calm.
Yeah. I'm calm.
So okay, so let's I've got a few questions I want to ask you. Obviously, I don't want it to be like an interview thing. I want us to just talk, go back and forth and stuff. And I really apologize again for the technical difficulties and my clumsiness. But this is what makes me. I'm just
glad it wasn't me.
Yes, no. As long as it's me and it's not you, it's fine. Even if it was you, I wouldn't mind anyway. So what made you get into nannying and then like transition to being like a maternity nurse and a travel nanny?
So I've kind of always gravitated towards nannying. I was obviously a babysitter as a teenager and things. And I went to university when I was 18, actually in Spain. And while I was in university, I was working as a nanny in the afternoons, and I just loved it, and I just wanted to be a nanny forever, really. So I kind of changed my degree and carried on nannying. So
what was you originally going to do?
Marketing.
Look at that, marketing, and you just did a full 360 and went into childcare.
Exactly, yeah.
What is it that about marketing that you enjoyed?
I didn't really enjoy it that much, if I'm honest. So it wasn't for me. I think I had a lot more fun working with children, and I kind of wanted to be, I'm quite creative, and I wanted to do something that I felt like I could be creative in. And I realized quite quickly that you can be very creative as a nanny. And yeah, children need your creativeness, and then they can, be inspired and be creative as well. And I loved inspiring that creativity. So yeah, it was great.
Good. What is it that I was going to ask you, what do you enjoy the most? But you just practically just answered that.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about your being a maternity nurse.
Sure.
What made you transition into doing that?
So I've loved working with babies since forever, and I absolutely love babies. And it had been like one of my goals for a really, really long time to be a maternity nurse and to, work with newborns and things. And when the lockdown kind of happened, it was kind of like, here's my chance. I now have loads of time to do it. And I did it. And then I was really lucky that one of the families I'd worked with previously were expecting a baby, and they invited me along to be their maternity nurse as well. And I managed to get that experience, which is amazing. And yeah, I love working with babies and newborns. Toddlers, babies, and newborns, my favorite bit. Yeah.
Bit of me. What do you prefer, being a maternity nurse or being a nanny?
I still quite like being a nanny, even though when I'm a nanny, I do a lot of 24 hours anyway. I don't know, I just feel like it's a lot more fun because usually they're like longer sometimes, or you can do different kind of things. I don't know. It's a fine line between maternity nursing and nannying, really, because they are quite similar. It's just different ages. So yeah,
that's true. And what would you say? Okay, let's get on to the travel nanny, because I've got a few questions for that. Yeah. First of all, let's talk about the fact that you are trilingual. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
You see my mentees, they're all amazing, right? She speaks 5 languages, 4 fluently, and she's learning a 5th. Like me, I'm still here on my little 1 English and learning Spanish and struggling. And you're here just like, because I speak Italian and I speak this. And I'm like, help me. So knowing that you know like 4 languages and you're learning a 5th, what inspired you to learn to become trilingual? Was it being a travel nanny, or did you just always have an interest in languages?
I've always been super interested in languages as long as I can ever remember. I've just always loved learning languages, and I think as well because I like traveling and things. And I was lucky enough to grow up in Spain. I grew up there for like a few years, and then I was able to learn Spanish and Catalan as well, which was the local language there. And I think learning just one language kind of changed my life, like in the way that you could suddenly communicate with a whole load of new people, and you're open to a new culture and everything. And then I just kind of got a bug for it, really, I suppose, and then wanted to carry on. And I'm not going to stop anytime soon. I'm going to keep learning languages. So
good. How many? Can you tell us all the languages that you know?
I speak English, obviously, it's my first native language, and I speak Spanish, Catalan. I'm fluent in those. I kind of speak Italian. It used to be a lot better than it is. And I'm learning French at the moment. So all the kind of European Romance languages in there.
Hold on, wait. I hear it echo, so I'm gonna quickly tell you that. No, it's me. It's not you.
Oh, okay.
I just had a phone call come through, and then it turned my volume up. Hey, the Mindful Nanny. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so that's really good, because I think as well, or you can let me know, but I think personally, when you're a nanny, it's really, really important to get as many skills as possible and just to keep evolving. And one of the things that I'm finding now, especially with jobs, a lot of jobs are requiring the nanny to know another language.
Yeah.
Are you finding that as well?
Yeah, and I get a lot of interviews of people asking me to speak to their children in Spanish. I think it definitely is good to have extra skills, whether that's playing musical instruments. I don't personally, I wish I did, or doing things. I do like yoga with children, and people love that as well. And I think whatever are your interests, really maximize them as a nanny, because that will get you a lot further.
Do you feel like it's helped you?
In definitely.
Your career?
Definitely. It's been a good bonus as a travel nanny as well, to be able to speak so many languages, especially when I've been working in those countries where they speak that language, obviously. And most of the families that I worked with in Spain were Spanish, so I'm able to follow conversations with the family without them worrying about translating things, or I can understand the children if they say something in their own language and things. So it's very helpful as a nanny. You wouldn't think.
I'm going to ask you a personal question. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be, because I can pick up on your nerves. She's doing amazing, isn't she, guys? Literally, like, I can feel, because obviously I know I mentor you every month. So I know, thank you. And I feel like when we're talking, you're so much more relaxed. And now seeing you like on the live, I'm like, chill out. You're fine. I can feel your nerves, girl. You know, I got you. You know, I'm your mentor. I got you. One of my dad bosses are in. He says, Sharz is the best nanny. My kids love you.
Aww.
So much fun to be around. Thank you. I love you guys too. She's great. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks. So moving on. Tell us, okay, what are some, actually, let's start with this. What are the do's and don'ts of being a travel nanny?
I think the main do is to be flexible.
Ooh, child.
It's not a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And be prepared for anything to happen, like anything, because anything will happen as a travel nanny. Yeah. Anything. You have to be prepared. Be prepared for the worst.
Yeah, that's very true. So you say flexibility. What other skills do you think a travel nanny should have?
You definitely need to be very organized. I am like quite OCD about that, actually. I take whole lists of things that I've packed. When I unpack the kids' suitcases, and I'll like make a list of everything that I'm unpacking, and then obviously when I repack, then it all goes on the list again. So I make sure I don't lose anything. And also, obviously, you have to keep your eyes on the kids wherever you're going, because you can't really bank on anyone else doing that. And you have to make sure, that everything is in the right place, and you have entertained your children, obviously, on long flights and everything, and you have the right things to do that. So
definitely. One of the things that me and Lucy were talking about before she went away on her last position, which we'll talk a little bit about in a bit, was, what do we pack on the plane? It's like, what do you pack on the plane? Because you can't assume that the parents are going to come with all these things. And luckily for you, in your instance, your family didn't give you, like, they didn't pack anything like on the plane. So you had brought your, your special nanny bag, which was amazing, because it kind of it's like a nanny bag, literally.
It is. I call it the modern Mary Poppins bag.
literally, that's what it is. And it's like the special bag that has all these special little things, and it just keeps them entertained on the plane. So what would you say is the most difficult thing when working with families? Like, is it the airport runs? Is it the long hours? Like, what is it? Do you think is the most difficult?
I think the airport is always going to be a struggle, because there's lots of things going on. The children can sometimes get a bit overwhelmed with everything. But I think the general just traveling, I think, is a lot for anyone, as well as children, and looking after someone while you have to do all of that traveling, and you're tired and they're tired and everyone gets tired. It's kind of a lot sometimes, but it's fun in general. I wouldn't say there's one specific hard thing. I think everything is kind of not easy, but you manage and you do it, and it's fun. If you like it, then you enjoy it, and it's not difficult, is it? So yeah.
And what would you say for nannies that are very like, I'm just going to do my hours and then shut off? Like, would you say that that's a good attitude to have for travel nannying, or would you say you don't think so? Why is that?
Because you can't just suddenly say like, oh, okay, I've finished now, and then the parents might have plans for later, and then you're ruining their plans as well and everything. I think you just have to kind of wrap around and kind of go with the flow and just do what you need to do, really. I think if the job's not done, then you shouldn't leave. That's just my opinion.
I agree. What I will add to that, I would say, as a travel nanny, one of the things that I found quite difficult at first was the first day, because you're traveling from one country to another country, plus
Yeah.
you've got the jet lag, right? So you're
Yeah.
traveling from one country to another country, so you've worked your hours in the, you know, in the UK or whatever country you're in. You get to the next country and it's like the same time when
Yeah.
you left, so you're thinking, so am I having to work another day in
Yeah,
this
I
country
messaged
now?
you
Or
about it.
yeah, you did. You was like, Charlotte, how do I work out
I
these
was like, I
hours?
can't work this out.
Yeah. So and what you find is normally that is the case. You're gonna have to go to another country, for instance.
Yeah.
You might leave in the morning here in the UK,
Exactly.
get to the next country, and it's in the morning in there. So then that's a
Yeah.
whole full day again that you have to work.
Exactly.
Now, sometimes the families are very generous and they say, you know
Mhm.
what, we've traveled, go have a little nap or go,
Yeah.
you know, rest, settle yourself, whatever, and then come back in a few hours' time. That tends to happen. Or even when you're working 24/7, they will say, oh, we don't need you for a few hours. We're going to go
Exactly.
see.
You do get
And then
the
you've
rest
got a couple
sometimes.
hours
Yeah.
in between. But that at first was like, hold on. So I'm going to work the flight and then get to the next country. And then, so when can I change? I'm a bit slinky.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, little things like that. So I found that difficult at first.
By the time we got there in the last one, it was evening, and so it would have
Yeah.
been like midnight here, and we were all
Yeah.
exhausted. So I just went
Yeah.
straight to bed. It was just like ready
Yeah.
for bed. Yeah. So
Yeah. So let's just talk about as well when things don't work out, because I
Yeah.
feel like we need to talk about this, don't we?
Yeah.
We've been through a few ups and downs, but you know what? I've been so proud of the way that you've handled it all, and obviously having me on your side as well. I'm never gonna let you fail. You know that. So let's talk about, you were in, so you had, when I first met you, you was in England looking for work.
I was in Leeds. I think
was.
it was. Yeah.
Leeds, right? You was in Leeds.
Yeah. I was
right.
working.
You was working. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. You was working in Leeds. Then from Leeds, you got a job where?
Switzerland.
Right.
Yes.
I know, but I just want them to know. And then you was in Switzerland for how long?
I was there for 3 months. Yeah, I
Right.
took 2 weeks off in between, and there was like some family thing, and then I just went straight to Switzerland after that. So yeah, and then I was there for 3 months from September till December, mid-December, and
this is during a pandemic, by the way. Yeah. So guys, she's still booked and busy during a pandemic. So all these nannies said, no jobs, I can't find any.
There are jobs, yes.
Right. Don't watch my bad now job. Anyways, the salons are still closed here. So then from Switzerland, you then, what happened? Let's talk about it.
So while I was in Switzerland, I got another job, which I was really excited about, and I was supposed to start straight away from Switzerland. So I was supposed to fly out to Monaco from Switzerland at the end of when I finished my job in Switzerland, because it was only a 3-month role. And I was really, really excited. It was like a dream job and everything. And a week before I was meant to start, they called me and they said that actually their daily nanny, their regular nanny, wasn't leaving, and so they didn't need me anymore. And I was gutted. I was it was really sad.
It wasn't a nice time, was it?
No. So then I came back to the UK. I was really upset, and then about 4 days later they called me again and they said, actually, our nanny is leaving, you can come. And I was in 2 minds about it. I wasn't sure actually if it was the right thing for me, because I felt a bit messed around by everything. And I ended up, accepting. But then 2 days later, she ghosted me. So I kind of said, look, I'm really sorry, I'm not coming. I don't
set the boundaries.
Job for me. It just wasn't very professional on their part and everything. So I just decided not to go. And the next day, I got a job come through from an agency that I work very closely with. Am I allowed to say the agency? Yeah,
of course. Go ahead.
And lovely Tonya called me and she said, would you like to go and work in the Caribbean for 3 weeks? And obviously my brain didn't even have time to think before my mouth was saying yes. I was packing my bags, but
literally it was like 24 hours, right?
Yeah, well, they called me, and then I had to get a PCR test. And obviously I'm in Wales. This is my base at the moment through the pandemic, and Wales don't do same day testing. So I had to go all the way to London to get a PCR test. And then my results came back inconclusive the day before flying. So we just kind of had to take a risk. The family had to take a risk. And it all turned out well. So
yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
See?
And off I
Twists
went.
and turns.
So,
But you made it happen.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So what did you have to do?
While I was working.
So when the PCR test came back, did they allow you to still fly?
Yes. So it came back inconclusive on Christmas Eve. Then obviously they weren't open on Christmas Day, so I had to wait till Boxing Day. And then about midday, they called me with the results and it was negative and that I could fly. And on the 27th, I met the family in the airport. So it was literally within 3 days I was off. So
there you go. And what I love about this, that's what I was going to say. What I love about this is it shows genuinely how travel nannying is. It's very last minute. It's very, you could literally speak to someone today and be on a flight tomorrow.
Exactly.
That tends to be the case. So for all you people that, you just lie on the beach. I wish. We do sometimes.
Now and again.
With the child's there with us, we're playing in the sand. But it tends to be very fast paced. So like you said, you need to be very flexible. You need to be very adaptable. You need to be very professional. Make sure all your contracts are in place before you leave. You know, okay, I'm going into mentoring mode, so let me tap out. But
I do have to say that the Switzerland job was the same. They called me on the Wednesday and I was flying out by the Saturday. And I think that just during the pandemic, there's no planning ahead. When someone says that you can go, you go. And there's no waiting around. You can't plan ahead 100%. In the pandemic. Yeah.
What would you say then? How has it been for you navigating being a travel nanny in a pandemic?
It's been tough, I'm not gonna lie, but it has been exciting at the same time because obviously, like I say, you can't plan ahead for things anymore. So I haven't been able to take any bookings in advance. I've just kind of had to take them as they come, and I've been really, really lucky because I've had some amazing ones that have come through, and I've been this year has been really good for me actually. But I haven't been able to book ahead, and all the ones that I had booked ahead were cancelled. So every job I do, I don't know when the next one's coming in, but they do come in, so I'm not complaining.
That's what I was saying to you, wasn't it? Because at first I was having a bit of a concern about worrying about work, and I was saying to you, mindset wise, let's do that mindset shift, because there was a lot of and I was like, let's change it up and just see, because one job leads to one job leads to one job, and even like in your position now, you managed to find work through your last position. So it's things like that. I would say, don't worry about the inevitable that hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Let's not worry about it. No. Let's focus on our steps in front of us. Like, let's focus on what it is now. And my tea's gonna get very cold, sorry, so I do want to sit. What was you having?
Sorry?
What's in your
coffee?
Oh,
coffee, a latte.
Mine's tea. Coffee in the evening. Are you not gonna be up all night?
I probably am,
Oh God. Yeah, tea does have caffeine in it though, but still, it's not a lot. It doesn't keep me up. So.
This one's just a latte. It's basically all milk, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Right. Someone said something really nice about you. Marta says you're the best nanny.
So Marta, hi Marta. She was out there with me in the Caribbean.
Oh, was she? She was
my lovely nanny friend. Yeah.
Hi. Thank you for coming on. And then we have Jess, who says, Jess Amy Harvey says, I've seen Lucy grow since the start of her career, and I have to say, I'm so proud of you. Right, there you go. See, Lucy, told you. I'm very proud as well, because Lucy you signed up with me for mentoring a few months ago, and in such a short space of time. October, right? The way your whole career has just shifted. And I honestly believe it's because you put in the work, you're very hardworking, you're very determined, and you take advice on so well. I love our sessions. We have a chat,
Yeah, I
and then
love
I see
them
you
too.
implementing things. The first session I had with you, right, within the next few hours, you was like, I've done this today. I was like, yes, I'm gonna love
Like
working
something
with her.
I really wanted to do. I was like ready to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, so proud, so proud. And what I love about you is, well, you do sometimes self-doubt yourself, but then once you've got that confirmation, you're on. You're on, like, you just need that little bit of confirmation and a little bit of a
push
push.
myself. Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right. And then you're good. And I absolutely love that, because I'm seeing the progress, and you're very meticulous. I was saying, you very much remind me of a better version of myself.
Oh,
I say this to you all the time, and you're like, Charlotte, thank you, and so are you. But I say it to you because you've got this, like, a tunnel vision. When you have a goal, your mind is set on this goal, and sometimes you might not even believe that you can do it, but you don't stop. You still continue, and I love that. You know, and even with, like, the high net worth family, the things, and you're like, do you think I can do this? I'm like, of course you can do this. And then it happened, and you were like, Charlotte, I'm actually doing it. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so sweet. Yeah. I love seeing that. So how have you found having a mentor? Do you feel like that's helped your career, or do you feel like that's helped in any way?
So much. It's helped my career so much. I've kind of always been lucky that you know, when I was working in London, there were lots of other nannies around who would give me advice, and you know, that I've kind of had nanny support throughout my career, but then obviously throughout the pandemic and stuff, you can't meet up for play dates anymore. It's really hard to get out and meet people, and I just kind of felt like I needed that push upwards, which you obviously gave me, so I'm very, very happy about that.
My pleasure.
Without you, so yeah.
We do it together, definitely. We do it together, because you definitely helped me as well as a mentor. You know, I'm not perfect. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I just love mentoring you, because you're just like the ideal nanny. Like, when I thought of my ideal customer, what kind of nanny do I want to mentor? You fit the mold. So I'm just really, really happy. Yeah, genuinely, I'm really, really happy. And as well, you was my first UK nanny that signed up. So I was like,
nice.
All my other nannies who I love dearly, they're from all over the world, in India, America, you know, Australia, all over. But you was my first UK nanny. Yeah, you was in Switzerland at the time. Yeah, but it's just like, oh my God, yeah, I love this. So I'm really happy that you're finding the mentoring very useful, because it's priceless. But so what would you say are, like, the biggest misconceptions about a travel nanny, and what do you want people to know about your role?
I think that a lot of people think it's easy, and it's not easy. It's hard work, and you have to be on the ball 24 hours a day, and you have to, you know, these people are going out for their holidays and they want everything to be great, and you know, it's part of your job to make that great for them. They don't want to be worrying about their children. That's why they have a nanny. And so you need to make sure that you can instantly click with their children, that you can provide childcare that's so good that they don't have to worry about anything at all, and that you're on top of everything whilst being able to look after their child and make it fun for the children as well, because obviously it's the children's holiday as much as the parents' holiday. So everyone needs to have fun, and you're in charge of being responsible and being fun and being organized and making sure everything happens. So yeah.
What do you think is some of the things that you've heard people say about your profession that you think that's not true?
While I was away, obviously I put like a little post on Instagram the other day, and because I received a lot of messages from people that I don't usually speak to, and that I don't really talk with anymore, like people who maybe like went to school with me and stuff. And a lot of them said, you know, oh, being in the Caribbean doesn't count as work, and you know, you hardly working, you always seem to be sitting on the beach. What are you doing? I need a job as a nanny, get me a job, and things like this. And you know, it's just a bit like, if you want to be a nanny, I can help you be a nanny, but if you don't, then just let me do my work.
Get on with it. Come and do 24/7 for me 1 week. Let's see how you get on. With a toddler or a baby, let's see how you get on, and then
3 a.m. wakings.
Right. let us know, because what it is as well, people fail to understand. When you're working with high net worth families, and when you're working with celebrities, and when you're working with families that are public figures, we are not going to show you the child. We are not going to show you what the family are doing. So you're not really going to see the full gist of, what we're doing. Now with me, I've managed to build up really good relationships with a lot of the families I work with. So if I let them know before I came online, I said to them, this is what I plan on doing. I would love to show aspects of what I do, because I've just got, from my point of view, everyone's going to just see me on the beach, walking, doing, and they're going to be like, what is this nanny doing? But in order for me to show what we really do, I would have to show what I do with the children. A lot of the families, I got them to sign a little mini contract to say that it was fine. They can withdraw at any time. They can ask me to take down whatever at any time. But a lot of them was like, that is an amazing idea, Sharda. Like, yes, you can use this video. And I even said to them, you can follow me. I will even give you approval beforehand. And they're like, no, like, we trust you. We like the videos you send to us, we love. So we know that the public would love to see that. So a lot of them said, it was really nice for me to show the things that I do, because I have had people say before, Sharda, you showed children's faces and stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm very much aware and clued up and trained in safeguarding, so I don't need you to be a policy or police officer or whatever in my comments or in my DMs. I know what I'm doing. I'm a highly professional. I know what I'm doing, and for me, if the family that whose children it is are okay with me showing that, then I don't really need to take on any other opinions. So, but like I said, it's harder when you're working for high net worth people, children that are already in the public eye, because I've worked with children like that, because their parents are famous, people know them. So you can't really show them, because then,
it's all got to be very private, and you've got to be extremely professional when you're working for them. Yeah, you can't disclose really anything to anyone, and lots of people, like, I didn't even tell people where I was. In the Caribbean. It was, I didn't.
And that's how it has to be. So they're not really going to see the real aspect. So yes, you are going to see me on the beach, because that's when I've got 1 hour to myself. I'm on call, by the way, because within that hour I could get called back anytime. And I remember when I went to Washington DC, the whole family was there. So grandma, granddad, aunties, uncle, obviously was there for a family wedding. So they wanted to go and do some family stuff, and they were like, you don't need to come, Sharz. And I was like, I don't mind. They were like, no, go do your own thing, but we'll just call you when we need you back. So literally I had 4.5 hours to go and roam Washington DC, and to be honest, a lot of the times I didn't know I was gonna have that time off, so I had nothing booked. A lot of the things you have to book in advance, so you literally have to just try and make do with as much, so I just literally jumped on a tour bus, and I got the tour bus. It was a 2-hour tour bus. I was like, whenever they were like, do you want to jump off? I was like, no, I just want to see everything. You know what I mean? So sometimes that's what you guys see. You see the parts when I'm on call, but I've just been given 2 hours to,
100%,
so it's so important not to be judgmental. And our jobs are very, very demanding, and you can agree they're very, very demanding. So 100%. The misconceptions really, they annoy me a little bit, but I'm getting to that point now where I'm like, don't let it bother you. It's just miseducation.
Yeah.
And it's not your job to educate these people. No. If they want to, we've all got platforms. You've got your platform, I've got mine. Everyone's got their platform. Exactly. You can come on our platforms and learn about it if you really want to. But a lot of the time, it's just a bit.
Exactly.
So I've got more questions for you, actually. So what tips would you give people that want to get into becoming a travel nanny?
If you want to do it, just do it. And that's what I did in the end, because
just do it. Nice. Do it. What's the first thing they will need, do you think?
A passport, 100%. Your passport, some kind of childcare.
Yeah. If you're like go on, go ahead, because I want to ask you something else.
If you're an experienced nanny and you've been thinking about, becoming a travel nanny, but you've never been brave enough to take that plunge. It was really scary for me to just suddenly stop being a long-term nanny and just become self-employed straight away. And it was such a risk, because I didn't know if I was going to get the work. I didn't know if I was making the right decision at all. And I didn't actually set out to do it as long as I have been doing it. I've only been doing it for just over a year, and I had planned just to go to the French Alps and then look for my next long-term role from there. But I just had so much fun being a temporary nanny that I just wanted to carry on going and just see where it went. And it's just been such an amazing journey, and I would recommend it to absolutely everyone, just to go out and do it. Pick a place, try and travel out there and join agencies and do different things. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to quickly go to the comments because you've got quite a lot of fans in here, girl. So Jess Amy Harvey says, yay! Fee by P, hey! She said, the same happened to me before. I got the job in Australia and flew out the next week. Oh. Amazing. Hi, everyone coming in. The Cardiff Nanny said, loving this.
Oh,
hi, Spanish governess. Jess Amy Harvey said, Lucy will be my go-to person when I have children in the next year. I will be on the phone to her all the time. Yes, that's right. You got a nanny in your corner. Use her services and make sure you pay her. Okay. So Emma Little says, yes, preach it, girl. Travel nannying is not for the faint of heart. It's not. The Spanish governor said they see the bright side of the job, but not the dirty part, which is the big part of the role. Girl, let them know.
True.
Let me try it for 24 hours. Oh, let them try it for 24 hours. Yes. Even that, these naysayers, oh, you're not nannying, you're da-da-da. Exactly. It's a very hard job. Jess, are you a nanny as well?
She was. She's not anymore.
Oh, she used to be. Okay, she's not anymore.
She's my bestie.
Oh, hey, Jess. I've heard a lot about you, girl. Hi. Fee by Fee, like everything, they just see the best bits. Sure do. The Rutland Nanny, hi, welcome. They do just see the best bits on here. Yes, they do. Hi, Open Heart Nanny Agency. There's some more comments. Jess says, don't be scared to just go for it. You did it and it changed your life. It really, really is. You're such an inspiration. Amazing. See, it's one of the best things I did. You're happier than you've ever been. It may be hard work, but it suits you, Lucy. Who's that?
My mummy.
Hi, Mommy. Mommy's in here. Hi, Mommy. Hello. I love your daughter. She's amazing. Amy said, I wouldn't have met Lucy if she didn't go travel nanny to Switzerland. So grateful to have her in my life now. Thank you, Amy, because I know you was very, very helpful when she was out there. So
Amy was,
Amy, I don't know you, but I love you because I know you had my girls back, okay? It's so nice that you've got like a really good support network around you of nannies, which is amazing. And this is why it's so important that we do what we do and we come on here. Hey, Mommy said hi. So it's really, really important. I'm just, like I said, I'm so proud of you, especially in just the last few months where me and you've connected, and the way you've just executed every single plan that's come your way. And you've had so many things have not been plain sailing for her, guys. So I want you to know she's got all these amazing jobs, but she has gone through a lot in the last few months and she's managed it so well. So I want you to just know that I tell you all the time how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
But I want you to know it's not just plain sailing. It's not every day. You have the days when you're like, what am I gonna do? I've got no work coming in, and then boom, it changes. So it's just about being resilient.
You get 3 calls from 3
different
people. There you go. Like you were saying this morning. Yeah. So
today just been like I know I'm talking to you now, but my head's also there because I know I have all these calls that I need to take, and I couldn't answer my phone at work today, but my phone would just go. I said, who shared something of mine? Someone shared something because my phone has not stopped ringing. Even when I'm on this live, I'm like having to quickly do that because it's just coming through, but I can't complain, it's all work.
Something I will say about travel nannying and obviously seeing all these lovely comments and things is everywhere you go, try and find friends, because you need that support there, and it's just really important. There's always going to be nannies around, and usually where people take you there are other nannies, so try and find those other nannies. I use Facebook to find
I was going to say that you're good at that.
And I do a lot of networking on Facebook. If I suddenly get to go to another place, there's like groups on Facebook for travel nannies, and there's groups for nannies like in Switzerland and different places, and always like use that and ask people. Don't be afraid to like meet up with strangers, just like go out and do it. Usually people are really kind, and I met some amazing people in Switzerland, and they were just so helpful, so kind and lovely, and obviously Amy was one of them, but I've met lovely nannies who were just willing to show me around and just show me how everything works in Switzerland, and just take time out of their day to do that, and it was just really helpful, really, really lovely. Yeah.
There you go. Make sure you network while you're out. And like Lucy said, put a post in the Facebook. I'm going to this place for this amount of weeks. Any nannies in this area? Like it literally costs nothing to do that, and it
Also, it
makes a
helps
big
you
difference.
find what you can do with kids there as well. People can show you like where the playgrounds are and
Trust me, that helps.
where the soft play is, if you can ever go to a soft play again, and different things. Yeah.
If ever, we'll see. But then again, it seems like England's the only place in lockdown at the moment. Everywhere seems to have gone back to normal. We're just here, just backwards.
Exactly. But yeah.
So let's see. I've got a few more questions for you if you don't mind me asking. What advice would you give to travel nannies who want to continue offering their services during a pandemic but are a little bit scared? Like what do they have to do? Because you mentioned something about the PCR test. Like, what's the procedure?
Yeah, so
passport, of course, but then.
So now, if you want to travel, you're going to need to take a test, and you need to be prepared to take tests and isolate. I'm still currently in isolation at the moment from my last job. This is the second time I've isolated in basically 2 months, and you know, it's not easy to isolate either, and you have to be prepared to do that. And you have to be ready to take a test when a family needs you, and you probably need it the next day. I had to call literally 100 clinics before I could get an available test for the next day in London, because they were all sold out. Obviously, everyone was traveling at Christmas, so it's not easy, and you have to kind of just be ready to jump when they say jump. But yeah, definitely get ready to, you know, take precautions and buy a big box of masks so you have it ready in your suitcase. And you know, I bulk bought Dettol wipes, and I bulk bought hand sanitizer and Dettol hand wipes and all sorts, and I just like filled my suitcase up with it. And you know, the family actually really appreciated it because they didn't bring any with them, so it was just like so I ended up
I said about her being prepared.
And
that's why they loved you. That's why they loved you. So also I wanted to ask, actually, this is obviously a personal question. Do you find that when you do nannying, travel nannying, and when you do maternity nursing, because you've done both abroad, do you find it's different from when you do it in the UK? Like culture-wise, like, because you did maternity nursing in Switzerland. Was it in Switzerland?
No, that was just nannying. I was doing maternity nursing in the UK, and then I did.
When I met you, weren't you doing maternity nursing in Leeds?
In Leeds, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, do you find that have you taken on any maternity nurse work overseas?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Okay, because what I was gonna ask was, do you find that it's different? Because obviously different. I've noticed when, like, for instance, when I was a nanny in Nigeria, the culture there is very different to the culture here in the UK. And then when I was a nanny in the Middle East, the culture is very different to. So what some people do with their babies, it's like traditional stuff, and I was like, right, like I knew about it because you know you explore, you Google and stuff.
In some countries, it's not common to sterilize bottles or to you know, sterilize any kind of baby equipment. That's like not common across Europe, and you think it would be, but in some places it's not. And which I find really weird, because I'm like obviously OCD freak, so I need to sterilize everything.
Especially with babies.
But they obviously in a lot of the countries where I've worked, obviously people have got different like views on how a nanny should behave with the family. Some are more welcoming, some would rather that the nanny just remains staff and kind of just takes like a back role when being in the family and things. But other times, you know, the nanny is kind of there and the parents are kind of just like away and you don't really see them at all. But at the same time, you know, I think that there's families out there who like really support each other, and so a lot of the time you end up working with grandparents a lot and things. I suppose that happens here anyway, but I've noticed it a lot more in places like Spain and Italy and things, that the grandparents are really, really involved, and a lot of the time the parents want you to kind of just help the grandparents or something. So,
that's so true. You know, funny enough that you say that is so true, because but when I was in Nigeria, it's weird because it's not grandparents. It's like if you have like your mom's friend, she's classed as an auntie.
Yeah.
So there's loads of aunties,
Yeah.
right? So you have like 6 or 7 aunties. All of them are telling you something different with the child, and you're like,
exactly.
you don't want to be, you want to be respectful, but at the same time, you're the professional. The mom's hired you. So with my one, she hired me from England to come over to Nigeria. So it's like, well, she's hired me to do a job. So she'd asked me to do this. You're telling me to do something completely different to what the mom's asked. So then now I need to go back to mom and double check, like, is it okay to, because auntie said. So sometimes it's,
and you get the same thing with grandmas as well,
Yeah.
You listen to the mum or the grandma.
Yeah, literally. And I listen to the person that's paying me.
Exactly.
I listen to the person that's paying me. And I always get what's the word? The mom's advice, like, okay, so your mother-in-law just told me this, so how do I handle that? Like, what's the best way? Exactly. And she'll be like, oh, forget about it, or just ignore, or she'll be like, okay, we're going to say this, so, and it's good because it builds up a really good relationship with the family, the parents. And it also lets them know that you generally have their children's interests at heart, because I was mum really wanted me to encourage the little boy looking after to feed himself. But then the grandparents kept feeding him. The aunties kept feeding him. So she was like, do not let them feed him. Like, if they're feeding him, you need to say something. And I was like, oh, but, so, little things like that.
Or they'll like put the TV on or something like that.
Yeah. And you're like, there's not much on TV.
Like, no.
Yeah.
What are you
It's
doing?
really difficult. Yeah. Oh my God. Loads of people coming in. Jess said you're gonna be her children's auntie. Oh, that's so sweet. I like Jess.
Yeah.
I liked her before, but now I like her even more. You got some lovely people around you, Lucy. I think it's really nice that everyone has come in, and supported you. Did you tell them all that you was going live?
Maybe.
Yeah. And they were like, we gotta come in our batches, girl. I love it. No, it's nice. It's so important, because when I went to Oman, I did what you did. I put out a message. Hi guys, I'm relocating to Oman. Is there any nannies? And there was literally one British nanny in the whole of Oman.
Wow.
We did a search, looking for nannies in Oman, and we only could find one. She was the only one. And she was similar to you. She was quite sociable. I'm not naturally social. When I'm out, I'm fine. But when I'm out, I swear to you, I'm so introverted. Like, I'm just if I don't need to go to work, I won't leave my house. It's weird. But when I go out, I'm like the life of the party. Like,
that's literally how I imagine you. It's like,
when I'm out, I'm fine. You'll be like, you sure she said she didn't want to come out? Like, so I feel like I'm a bit of an ambivert. Like, I balance between the two. But she was like out every evening. She had met all these mom friends and I was there just like, how have you done this? You've only been here a few months before me. So it was nice. When I met her, I met loads of other people. So I was like, oh, she's done the work for me. Like, you know what I mean? But this is why it's so important to network with other nannies when you travel away. It can get very lonely.
To say, I'm a bit of a grandma, so I like my early nights when I'm working. But if I get a day off, then I definitely go out and try and find people, because you need that. You need that bit to kind of distract yourself from work. So I think I've lost you. Are you still there?
Oh, yes, I am. You started doing a little bit, so I don't know. I'm still here, my loud self. But I can agree, and I tell you why, because when I was away, I was trying to do a master's, right, whilst working 24/6.
Yeah, that's so hard.
It was a lot.
That
I don't know how I did it. That's why I failed twice, and now I'm lucky I got through. But honestly, it was very difficult. Like, honestly, like doing 16-hour flights every 3 weeks. I was literally, as soon as those twins went to sleep, I was opening up my laptop and I was typing. I thought, let me get like 200 or 300 words at least. And then like one of them be like, and I'm like, oh man, put the laptop down and go back into nanny mode. And that's literally what I did for like, I think about a year, probably
that's
longer.
Crazy.
But and the thing was, like you said, is you don't know what's coming. So I said I set a goal for myself. I went through a bereavement and I said, you know what, I'm gonna start traveling more. I was doing it before, but mostly with like my permanent families and stuff. And then I said I'm gonna travel more. And then I found a job quicker than I was ready. I weren't ready yet. I was like, oh, whoa. So the person came to me, the consultant was like, we've got this job, I think you'll be amazing for an interview. And like, I interviewed on a Sunday, and on the Tuesday I was flying out. But then I just agreed to start in my master's. So I was like, what do I do? Because I didn't think it would come this quick, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just tried to do it all, but it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's crazy.
Yes, I did. Thank you. But yeah, no. But do you want to? Do you find that you when you have your downtime, do you find that you can study then, or do you want your downtime to just be you relaxing, doing nothing?
I've always done a bit of both because I always have like some kind of course on the go. But when I'm working these like long jobs with long hours in these jobs and everything, I'm exhausted and I just need to sleep. And especially when you're really stressed as well, then you need to like really like just chill and make sure you take care of yourself. So it can be really hard to kind of study, but then there are jobs where you can kind of fit it around, you know, you read an hour a day, or you can read like an hour and a half, and you can write like 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, or something like that. And you can get it done. It's not impossible, but it is very, very difficult. And honestly, my hat goes off to you because there's still a lot of courses that I haven't finished. So yeah.
Trust me, I need to start a few more. But I was like, Sharda, you just finished the master, chill out. But my brain's gone into, okay, now I need to do this, now I need to do that. I'm more flexible in that.
Doing courses, but
personal development, professional development.
Yeah.
Same. What are your biggest lessons that you've learned from being a travel nanny?
How to be flexible and how to just adapt really, really quickly to any kind of situation, I think, as well as kind of stepping out of your comfort zone a lot, because, you know, there's things that you're going to have to do that, you know, you might not usually have to do in everyday life. Like we had to go on a little propeller plane and I was absolutely terrified, but, you know, I still had to go on it.
Yeah.
So just like things like that. You just have to be ready for anything. And I think that's kind of the fun of the job as well, that you're just ready to go with the flow and do whatever happens. So definitely.
So something I wanted to touch on was me. I suffer with anxiety, right? Which you're aware of. I tell you that all the time. But one thing I will say is nannying has really helped me with my anxiety, because prior to that, well, I can't say prior to nannying, but all my life I've always been like a planner, routine planner, and being a nanny. Oh my God, you get tested with that, because sometimes there's no routine. Sometimes there's no planning.
I'm obsessed with planning, and everything has to be planned. And obviously when it doesn't go to plan, it's so stressful. And it can cause a lot of anxiety when things don't go to plan. But you just need to plan for the unknown, I suppose, if that makes sense. So you just need to be ready
just
for like
in case
every single situation. So you need to have like your wellies and your flip-flops kind of thing.
They should like, okay, well, this is what's going to be, but just in case, let me bring this, or you know.
Exactly.
So I thought it like travel nanny literally is the version of just in case.
Yes.
Because that's what it is, isn't it?
That's why my backpack.
When it works, it works. Yeah. They always say, "What you got in there, Charlotte?" I'm like, listen, my life without this. Literally, I absolutely love that. Yes, even that. I remember one time, where did I go? I went South Africa, right? And I was like, South Africa, it's gonna be hot. Of shorts and flip-flops and it rained like thunder, rain, storm every day. And so there's me in my flip-flops and my shorts, and it's pouring down. I was so upset. I was like, and the worst thing about it is I had like a 3-day break. So it was like I was nannying, and then I had 3 days. So I had to go South Africa for 3 days, right?
Oh wow.
Because my nanny friend actually that I met in Oman got married. She met a man in Oman, ended up getting proposed to, so she got married in South Africa. So I went to South Africa for 3 days, and I'm thinking, because obviously England is cold and wet, I was like, I'm gonna get a bit of sun, a bit of African sun. Didn't work out for me. And I was thinking, Sharda, you're a travel nanny, like you're international nanny, you should know this. Pack spares. But you know what? I packed one jumper and I literally lived in it the whole time. So I definitely will be going back to South Africa soon, because it just got ruined. I was so upset. We've got a few comments. Jess says she likes me too. Hey girl. We got more people coming. Hi. Oh my God, so many people coming in. Also simply said, I didn't know you passed your masters. Woohoo. Masters are hard. I couldn't have done it whilst working 24/6. Well done. Thank you guys. Thank you, the Rutland nanny. Thank you also simply. The Cardiff nanny said, you two absolute boss ladies. I'm in awe. Oh, thank you. Oh, guys, you're so lovely. Like, thank you so much for even like tuning in. Do you guys have any questions for Lucy? Please put them in the comment box. If you haven't already asked her a question, this is your time now to ask any questions. Anything. You're okay to answer anything, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. Don't worry, we won't have anything inappropriate because if so, they get blapped. But yeah, nothing inappropriate. But yeah, definitely, please put your questions in the box. If you found this live useful, you know what to do. Give me some purple love hearts so we know that we are spreading the word about how amazing nannies are. As you know, how do you do that? I don't know, I've got a pen. Oh, we should do that. Hold on, do it again. Let's see if we got it. Not a question, just a big fat, I'm jealous. Oh, that's funny. Nothing to be jealous of. You're in America being a nanny. Like, I miss being a nanny in America. And I need to get a visa. You've got a new president now, so I'm hoping that he,
lets us back in,
allows us in, because I need my green card, man.
Yeah,
I'm seeing all these jobs in America, and I'm like, I'll be perfect for that. I can't apply because they're like,
well, now with jobs in Europe, it's the same. I can't apply for any European jobs anymore.
Oh my God, yeah, that's so true. Who was I speaking to the other day that said that? I was speaking to a nanny that was, there it is. I was speaking to a nanny who's European and also British. Yeah. And she was like, when the whole Brexit thing happened, she did dual citizenship and she got a European. And so she's like, so now I can. I was like,
yeah.
And one time I was hoping that, I'm 1% European.
Pretend I'm Spanish.
Yeah. Literally, when you speak the language, it might work. Yeah. I want to be a travel living nanny, but I'm married. I know a married nanny that does travel living nanny, and she's got 2 kids.
Yeah.
So you can still do it.
That are married abroad. Yeah, it's all good.
Nannies that are married with kids are doing it. So you don't have any kids, my love. So you just have a little chat with your husband. Maybe you could do a little month stint, a month or 2 weeks. That would really work. It can work. Nothing's impossible. Yeah. But obviously you have to talk to your husband and you guys agree, because I'm not a marriage counselor, and I ain't trying to, anything happens there, I'll be like, Nanny Sharz said, don't put me, I need to go. It's hard to find that kind of job in America. No, it's not.
No, there's places that do it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if she's still in here, but she was in here earlier. Her name's Nanny Kim on the Go. She works a lot for a lot of royal families, and she has a daughter, and she's allowed to bring her daughter with her. So if she can do that, and she's in America, so can you. So don't say that. It can work. We had 3 months apart each time and survived. There you go. Yes, and Paris, she is in a long-term relationship with her partner. They live together, and she does travel nannying. Listen, don't be limiting yourself on this live, girl, because you get me into mental mode, and I'll be like, stop with these. I wish I could. Stop making it I wish and say I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? If you're live, it's possible. That's how I look at it. If you're live, it's possible, isn't it, Lucy?
Yeah.
There you go. I wanted to say quickly. So tell us a bit about like what you have going on moving forward. Like, how can people find you? What are your goals for this year? What do you want to do? Like, tell us a bit more about that.
So I'm kind of going to stay in the UK for my next role. Just as there's lots of restrictions going on and the situation kind of is a bit up and down at the moment. Obviously, it makes more sense to stay here for a few months. I'm going to stay in the UK. I'm going to work a little bit. And then I'm free for the summer at the moment, but I'm hoping that travel can kind of get back to normal in the summer, and kind of travel will be allowed. I'm not really sure, but we'll wait and see. And at the moment, I'm just going to go with the flow. My New Year's resolution was not to make any plans because, nothing went to plan last year. So
nothing went to plan. It all worked out great.
Exactly. I just let it go with the flow, and so this year. So we're going to go with the flow and see where this year takes me. I'm just going to let it take me to different places. So,
definitely. And we got our goals for this year in terms of what we want to happen. and we're going to make it happen. But I love the fact that you're going to be going with the flow, being a bit more relaxed about it, and not to worry. Right.
Have fun with it. And you know, my job is so fun, and it's amazing. And I think part of the fun is just not knowing where I'm going next, and then just turning up there the next day, kind of thing.
Literally.
And I think it's great. I get surprised all the time, so it's wonderful.
Yeah, you've even inspired me with the whole, you know, in the pandemic when it first started, this whole, you know, COVID situation. I had nine jobs cancelled.
Wow.
Well, to be honest, it didn't cancel. They kind of got postponed to this year, but we never know. You know, we don't know what's going on. Some people cancel, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was so excited about last year because I was like, I'm not going to be in the UK for half of it. No, the majority of it, like 75% of the year, I'm not going to be here. And I ended up being here the whole year. So what I loved when I spoke to you is the fact that, you know, you was continuing to travel, and that wasn't your plan, but it just worked for you. So you know, there you go, it happened. So I thought that was really, really good that you had continued, and then it did make me think, sure, you can travel. You know, you might have to do a few tests or something, but you still can travel. Because I was just like, I'm going to put it on hold for a little bit and stuff. But I have had a few people inquire. I was meant to go Cape Town, but I don't think I'm going to go anymore. Just because the way, and I'm the type of person, I need full confirmation. Like, I don't need maybes. I need full confirmation before I agree to anything. And still, it's a bit up in the air. But no, it's really good that we had this live. I think you did amazingly. Didn't she do well, guys? Your first Instagram live. Woohoo! Go, Lucy. Go, Lucy. Go, Lucy. Go, Lucy. How did it feel?
Oh, it felt really good, actually. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun.
You. And you eased up. At first, you was a bit nervous. I could feel your energy. But look, see, she did amazing. This is what I'm saying. So now the next task is going into mentor mode. You're going to do a live on your own, ain't you? Yeah. She's like, yeah. Guys, you need to learn more about Lucy's holistic approach. It's absolutely amazing. And, you know, as nannies, we all have our different ways of nannying. But I absolutely love the way she's broken hers down to explain it. And so I've made sure I've given her a task that she has to do a live on her approach and how she nannies and the way that she raises children, because it's absolutely amazing. And we kind of nanny quite similar in that sense as well when it comes to children, don't we? Yeah, so let's see. Oh, look at all these comments. Give us some purple love hearts, guys, if you enjoyed it. Mummy says fabulous. Martha says she did and she's amazing. Go with the flow, Lucy. Lucy, you smashed it. Both did. Amazing. Look at the purple love hearts, guys. Purple. And I was wearing purple today because I thought this is going to be a really dope live, you know. So I'm going to wear my favorite color, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm so happy that we managed to do this. And now you can tick this off the box because that was one of the things that you wanted to do. So look at her just smashing goals. We're not even at the end of Jan yet. And what I'll do is I'm going to put this on my IGTV. So if you guys are watching this back, please make sure you go follow Lucy at the Holistic Nanny. Lucinda, that's it, right? Do you want to put it in the comments? Can you type? Yeah. So she's going to type it in the comments, and then I'll see if I can pin it. And down here, hey, Facebook and YouTube. You know, I just neglect you guys, but sorry. You know, it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that we managed to join together and do this. And like I wanted to say as well, any nannies, if you want to collab with me or Lucy, please send us a DM. Is that okay? Yeah, send a DM. It's needed. There you go. So isolating. No pun intended. And you look absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Lucy. What I'm going to say is I've lost you down here. I don't know where you've gone. she's gone down there. So, Lucy's gone. But I wanted you, if you can, sign back into the StreamYard for me. I don't know how to. Do you know how to get back in? That's all right. What we'll do then, after this, we'll have a chat and stuff. Oh, let's see if she comes back. She's still in the Instagram. But, oh, there you go. Right. 1 second. Yes, you are. Let's add you back to the stream.
Yay.
I'm not sure where you went. Oh, there she is. Good. So I'm gonna come off the live now. We are gonna say goodbye. But guys, please make sure you go follow Lucy. Let them know quickly where they can find you, and if they want to contact you, what's the best way?
Sure, just DM me here on the Holistic Nanny Lucinda here at the bottom. Yeah, just click on me and send me a DM. Just let me know who you are, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, I'm happy to answer everything and help anyone that wants to be a travel nanny or anything like that. So yeah.
Amazing. All right, take care, guys. Say bye. Lucy, you have to do a nice, lovely smile. So when I put this up, hey girl. All right, see you in a bit.
Bye. Bye. Oh my God, that was